Well, it is without a doubt a huge year for British sport. Fantastic that such an iconic brand as Jaguar has got behind a further 50 athletes with a bursary fund and mentoring programme. Can you just tell me why it's important for you to be involved on a personal level?
Well, I think it's important just because I kind of have a story to tell, and I think the kids like to hear the story. It's why the amazing people that are up there on the stage, the other ambassadors, they're at the top of their game, and they've been to the top and they've stayed there, and they are inspirational people. So for myself to be involved in this, to be involved with obviously Jaguar, and then to be involved with the academy, I think it's a perfect mixture. And obviously with the other athletes that are involved, it's quite inspiring.
It was a great Q&A, wasn't it?
It was. I enjoyed it. Obviously sat there with the guys and the ladies that we were up there with. It's quite amazing.
Looking out actually at the audience, looking up at you, they're all kind of open mouthed, and when the camera sort of turned on them to ask their questions, yeah. I mean, that was a big nerve-wracking moment for them, but there were some real gems in there. And from what you heard, what do you think they'll walk away with from today?
Hopefully a lot of notes. Hopefully they took notes, because I think it's important to listen to the likes of Kelly and Denise, obviously, and Gareth and Sirian, and it's so inspiring to listen to them talk. And when you listen to the likes of Steve, so Steve is it's an inspirational story. To go from there and then to be winning the gold medals that he wins, and then to be knighted, and it's an inspiring story. So hopefully the kids have listened to each one of the people up there and taken notes from each of us. So
the longevity of his career is without a doubt the really impressive thing, but same can be said for you, over 100 caps. How did you keep your focus over that period of time, and how did you keep raising your game so that you were competitive?
I think it's just, I didn't think of it like that. I didn't think of it as raising my game all the time, because I was just asked a question about at a young age, why did you work the way you worked? And I didn't think of it as work. It's simple as that. When I was young, I played football because I loved playing it, not because I thought this is going to be my job when I'm older. It's kind of, that's the way I've always looked at it. It's not a job for me. It's something that I would do even if I wasn't being paid. It's something that I love. And keeping the focus. You have I have a couple of good friends around me that help me focus. I've got a good family. I've had good coaches, good managers along the way, and that kind of focuses you. But none of that can help you when you're on the field, or you're on the track, or you're in your boat. It's you have to focus that. You have to find that yourself. But that comes with loving what you do.
I was going to ask you about that support network, because obviously you've benefited from a very good one with your family and friends around you. Is that part of your motivation for wanting to be that support network for others, because you have benefited from it?
Yeah, I think it's become more apparent that that I can do that, over the last few years. Because when I was 25 and playing the game and enjoying myself, it kind of, when you get older and you kind of become a little bit wiser, you know that then you can start passing on information that is going to help young kids and help future England players or future runners. It's something that you can pass on and hope that it helps.
So who were your big heroes growing up? Who did you aspire to be?
I always wanted to be like Brian Robson. Brian Robson for me was wore number 7 for Man United, wore number 7 for England, captain both Manchester United and England. I wanted to emulate everything that he kind of did in his career, and I was lucky because I was able to do that. So it was, he was my hero. So I think it's always important for people and young kids to have, role models and people to look up to and people to aspire to be. So it was, I was lucky.
And tell us about that first experience of running out, first time for England. What was going through your mind and your heart, and what were the feelings?
I mean, you know, that whole week leading up to the first game, first time that I played for England, you know, I was training with the likes of Paul Ince, Paul Gascoigne, Gary Pallister, you know, these players that I'd looked up to for years, Alan Shearer, you know, and then I'm kind of put in the team with them. It was kind of an amazing feeling, and you know, to wear an England shirt, you know, there's not many things that are better than that.
Would you say that is the highlight, your first ever cap, or do you have other moments in your career that really stand out?
I think when I was given the captain's armband, that for me was the best moment in my career. I think, you know, obviously winning trophies with Manchester United and winning the treble, you know, those are special moments. But I think, you know, being given the captain's armband for the first time, that was the best.
And clearly you enjoy leading and inspiring, and that's exactly what you've done today, so thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
It's been fantastic.
A pleasure.
Thank you. There's been some great people in the room, stars of past and present. Thank you, David Beckham, and thank you, Jaguar. It's been great.